When you crack open a walnut, you're not just grabbing a snack, you're tapping into a history that goes back thousands of years. From ancient legends where they symbolized wisdom and fertility to their place in today's cooking and spiritual practices, walnuts have a story that is way bigger than you might think. Walnuts are associated with magical properties in many traditions, linked to fertility, wisdom, and protection. People also believe they had healing powers, especially for skin issues and inflammation. Back in ancient Rome, walnuts were a big part of wedding traditions. The groom would toss them into the crowd, and if they made a nice, clear sound when they hit the ground, it was taken as a good sign. Later on, Germanic tribes picked up this custom from the Romans. They offered walnuts to Fröja, but they often mixed them with hazelnuts. Archaeologists have even found walnut shells in graves and burned offerings from the Roman times in what's now southwestern Germany. However, as a symbol of fertility and women, some monks and priests also viewed the walnut as a symbol of lust and sin. They warned that a devil lived on each leaf and celebrated love orgies with the witches under the trees. The shade of the trees was also said to be harmful to health. Although the walnut is not a native tree species in Central Europe, it has been able to occupy a much more important position in popular belief than the omnipresent common beech. Walnuts have long been linked to wisdom and intuition, maybe because they look a bit like a brain. And that visual connection makes them a natural symbol for knowledge, insight, and mental clarity. They are often used to sharpen the mind and enhance intuitive abilities. Seen as powerful protectors, walnuts are believed to help ward off negative energy and build a kind of energetic shield. And rooted in earth energy, walnuts are also associated with grounding. There are all sorts of ways to bring walnut into your magical practice. Use whole walnuts in wisdom spells or to plant a thought, literally and symbolically, into someone's mind. Walnut shells can be used as a head in doll magic, making them perfect for intention setting or thought-based spells. You can even make ink from walnuts for writing spells or sigils. Burn walnut shells as incense to invite intuitive visions and insight. Fill the shell with herbs or crystals to create amulets tailored to your needs, whether that's protection, love, or clarity. With so much meaning packed into the walnut, it's no wonder people found magical ways to enjoy it, like Nocino, a rich, spiced walnut liquor. Let's make some. You'll need 30 green walnuts. Make sure they're untreated and picked before June 24th so that they still have a soft shell. 1 liter of strong alcohol, a grain spirit, vodka or schnapps, between 38 and 50%. Then 300 to 500 grams of sugar, depending on how sweet you want it. A cinnamon stick, 5 to 10 cloves, and optionally a vanilla pot. Add the peel of 1 untreated lemon or orange. And while I quarter the green walnuts, please wear gloves because they stain a lot. and add all the ingredients, I will tell you more about the witches of Benevento and the lore about the walnut trees over there. Benevento, a town just south of Naples, is known as Italy's witch capital. With over 1,000 years of history, it's a place full of mystery, legends, and magical atmosphere that still feels alive today. One of the most well-known legends says that witches from all over Europe used to gather in Benevento to perform rituals under a massive walnut tree. This tree, said to have stood near the Sabato River, was the site of dancing, dark magic, and maybe even ancient pagan ceremonies. Stories like these gave Benevento its reputation as a place where magic and the supernatural have always had home. The name strega, which means witch in Italian, and the famous herbal liquor by the same name are directly connected to this legend. According to tradition, the recipe for the liquor came from the witches of Benevento themselves. Back to the Nocino liquor. Place the jar somewhere sunny, like a windowsill, for 6 to 8 weeks. Remember to give it a good shake every day, especially during the first couple of weeks. You'll notice the liquid darkening to a deep black color. After that, strain the mixture through a fine sieve or a coffee filter. If it's too strong, dilute it with some boiled and cooled water to your taste. Finally, pour the strained liquor into clean bottles and let it rest. Let it age for at least 3 months. Though, if you can wait 6 to 12 months, the flavor will be even richer and smoother. There's something special about taking a humble walnut and turning it into something so rich with history, flavor, and meaning. Whether you're drawn to its symbolism or just love the taste of Nocino, I hope this video inspired you to see the magic in simple things. If you enjoyed this video, feel free to like, share, or leave a comment. I'd love to hear your thoughts or your own walnut stories. And if you make or ever made Nocino yourself, please let me know how it turned out. I also created a Grimoire page that you can download for free on my Ko-fi page. The link is in the description. Until next time, bye!